Good morning, girls. The next topic in Java is constructor. Okay, so what is a constructor? In Java, every class has its constructor that is invoked automatically when a object of the class is created. A constructor is similar to a method, but in actual, it is not a method. Okay, so in the last class, we see what is classes and objects. Okay, so every class has a variable and a method. Okay, the method is a member function in a class. So every class will have a set of variables and method. So whereas constructor is also a Java method. The second paragraph you see, constructor is also a Java method, and Java constructor can be differentiated by its name and return type. So how we will differentiate the method and the constructor? By the name of the constructor. So constructor will have the same name of the class. Okay, so the method will have a different name. So the class will have a different name and the method will have a different name. So as we saw in the last program, okay, so class has a different name and method also has a different name, area has a different name. Now in constructor, the class and the method will have the same name. Now you see, the class name is test and the method inside the class is also a test. Okay, so class name and the method name is, if the class name and the method name is same, means then it is a constructor. Here in the above example, test is the constructor and it has the same name as that of the class and does not have any return type. So and constructor will not have any return type. Okay, in the last program we saw the method has a public int area. Okay, whereas here the constructor will not have any return type. So here you see class test, void test. Okay, if the method has a return type, so here it has a return type void. Okay, if has a return type, then it is not a constructor, it is a method. Okay, if the method has a return type, then it is not a constructor, it is a method. If the method has no return type, then it is a constructor. Okay, so example for Java constructor. So here you see, so the class name is main and the main class has one variables, private int x, and one constructor, private main. Okay, system.out.println constructor is called x equal to 5. So the constructor has two statements. One is printing statement, other one is assignment statement. Okay, so in the class you see public static void main. Okay, here we have created object for the class. Main obj is the object name. So new main. So you know how to create object for the class. We have seen it in the last class itself. So we have created object for the class. When you create the object for the class, the constructor will be automatically initialized. Okay, so constructor is called. So we have given inside the constructor a system.out.println printing statement, constructor call. So when you create object for the class in the main, public static void main, okay, so the constructor is automatically called and the value is printed. Okay, in the above example we have private constructor name main inside the main method and we are creating an object called obj of the class. Okay, so main obj equal to new main. So here only we are creating object for the class main. Okay, when you create object for the class main, the constructor is automatically called. So to call a method, what did we do? We created an object for the class and object name dot method. Suppose the last one, area, is explicitly called using a object name. Okay, here we are not using any object name. So new main, when you call, the constructor is called automatically. So during this process the constructor is called, hence the print statement is executed and the variable x is initialized. Okay, so next we are going to see types of constructor. So in Java, constructors can be divided into three types: no argument constructor, default constructor, parameterized constructor. Okay, so three types of constructors: no argument constructors, default constructors, and parameterized constructors. So the first type, No argument constructors. A Java constructor may or may not have any parameter. If a constructor does not accept any parameter, then it is known as no argument constructor. Okay, now you see private constructor. So a name of the constructor is constructor. So nothing is given in the bracket. So empty body. Okay, the body of the constructor does not have any statement. So this is called no argument constructor. So we are not passing any argument to the constructor. Okay, so example of no argument constructor. So here the name of the class is main. Okay, so int I, so private main. So the constructor is a private constructor. So here we have initialized I value and we have created object created for object created, and the I value is printed inside the constructor. Now you see public static void main. Main object is created. Obj is the object name of the class main. So new main creates the pointer to the object. Okay, so they see the output object created and I equal to 5. So that means in constructor private main we have created we have given two statement I equal to 5, the assignment statement, and system.out.println. So object is created and I equal to, so close quotes plus I we have given. So the I value will be printed there. So the output is whatever we have given in the constructor is printed as the output. So here we are not calling the constructor using the object name. When you create the object name itself, the constructor is called. Okay, so the constructor is initialized when the object of the class is created automatically. Okay, here constructor main does not accept any parameters. Okay, did you notice that the access modifier and the main constructor is private? So this is because the object is instantiated from within the same class, hence it can access the constructor. So in the last example I have given, a class is created separately and the main class is a separate class. Okay, so here the same class will be the main class and it is also a class. Okay, because of that the constructor is called as a private constructor. However, if the object is created outside the class, then you have to declare the constructor public to access it. So last week class we saw, no? So the next example will show how we have created in the last class. So class name is company and it has only one variable, string domain name. Okay, and it has only one method. So the method name is public company. So public is an access specifier. It is not the return type. Now you see the class name is also company and the method inside the class name is also company. So it does not have any return type. So public is an access specifier. So public or private, it's an access specifier. It is not a return type. Since the class name and the method names are same, then it is a constructor. So inside the constructor, what did we do? Just we have assigned a string to a variable. So string domain name is the variable name. So in domain name is the variable name and in that we have assigned a string. Okay, a class is created separately. Now you see, so we have a separate class for main class, the public class main. So separate class for the public static void main. So main function. So main public static void main. So object is created in another class. So in the last example, what did we see? We have only one class and the object is created inside the class. Public static void main also came inside the same class. Whereas here we have two different classes. You can see the difference. Just I am scrolling. Now you watch it carefully. So now you see this class main. Okay, private main is inside the class and here we don't have any separate class before public static void main. Okay, so public static void main also defined in the same class main. Okay, since it is inside the same class, public static void main is inside the same class. The constructor name is main. Main can be defined as private. Okay, so in the next example you see, so company is the class name. Okay, company is the class name and public company. So public company is the constructor name. And you are defining object for the class company in the next class. So class company is separate, public class main is another class. So that is the main class. Okay, public static void main. So here only we are going to create object for the class. So here we have two different classes. So you have to define the constructor as public. Okay. So now you are creating object for the class company. So company object equal to new company. Okay. So when the object is created automatically, what does it happen? So the whatever is inside the constructor will be automatically called and it is printed. Okay. So public stat next one system.out.println domain name equal to company object dot domain name. Just you see that domain name equal to programs.com. Okay. So the next one is default constructor. Okay. So the default constructor. Okay. So the last one, what did we see? First one is no argument constructor. Okay. Now we are going to see the default constructor. So default constructor. So class default constructor is there and we have not specified any constructor inside it. Only two variables are declared. Then public static void main string args. Okay. So now we are creating object for the class default constructor object obj equal to new default constructor. Okay. So here we are not specifying a separate constructor as a method. So public default constructor or method edume kudukala. Okay va. So only we have declared the variable and we have not explicitly specified any constructor here. So when there is no constructor explicitly created, Java will initiate a default constructor. Okay. So default constructor which will be initiated automatically. Okay. So this constructor is called default constructor. Okay. So now A and B are the two variables declared inside the class. Okay. So here the program has only a single class. Okay. Single class le enna pandrom variable declare panitom and we have not declared any method or the constructor. Okay. So now we are printing the value. So value for A and B. So A and value does not have any. A and B has no value at all. So since there is a default constructor is initiated when the object is created for the class, so the value for A and B will be assigned to 0. Now you see the result. A equal to 0, B equal to false. Why? So A is an integer value, so it is automatically assigned to 0. B is a boolean value, so it can be either true or false. So it is a default value is false. Okay. So now you see, so default constructor. So with the two values are printed using system.out.println. Understood? So the program explanation given below. The above program we have not initialized any value for both the variables A and B. However, when we create an object of the class, we can see in the output that the values are initialized with some value. It is because the Java compiler has automatically created a default constructor. The constructor will initialize the value of variables A and B with the default value 0 and false. Okay, so the above program is equivalent to, so class default constructor int a comma b, private default constructor a equal to 0, b equal to false. Okay, so now public class void, public static void main default constructor obj is an object name. The new default constructor, okay, system.out.println object.a object.b is printed. Okay, so here it is written explicitly. If you are not writing it as private default constructor also, the Java compiler will automatically initialize the value to variable name to some value. Okay, so because of that only it is called default constructor. Okay, first one we saw no argument constructor, second one we saw default constructor, and the third one we are going to see parameterized constructor. For that, the constructor we are going to pass some arguments in the constructor. So private constructor, for the constructor within the brackets we are going to pass some arguments. So it is the general syntax for the constructor, parameterized constructor. So now we are going to see the example for parameterized constructor. So the class name is vehicle. Okay, so and variable name int wheels are there, and there is a constructor private vehicle. Okay, so private vehicle, so class name is also vehicle and the method name is also vehicle. Since both has the same name, then it is called constructor. Now you see whether the constructor has a method return type. So there is no return type, only the access specifier private is given. Why it is given as private? Because in the same class the class is also defined and the main class is also, that is public static void main, also going to be defined. So because of that the constructor is given here as a private. Okay, so in the constructor what we are doing, so constructor has an argument int wheels. Okay, so int wheel is an argument passed to the constructor. So this dot wheel means this specifies the current class where it is used. So current class is vehicle, so this dot wheels, so in the current class there is a variable wheel, that only is specified with the statement this dot wheel equal to wheels. Okay, so system.out.println wheels equal to wheels concatenation operator wheeler vehicle created. Okay, wheels wheeler vehicle is created. Now you see the public static void main, we are creating object for the class vehicle. So three objects are created, v1, v2, v3. Okay, since it is a parameterized constructor, we are passing values for the variable. So what for what? Int wheels are there, no? So we are passing the number of wheels. Int wheels given as a parameter. Private vehicle has an argument int wheels, no? So if there is an argument within the parameter, within the brackets, then you have to pass values for the arguments. Okay, so private vehicle has int wheels, only one argument. So we are passing only one value, new vehicle 2. Next one, vehicle v2 equal to new vehicle of 3. Third one, vehicle v3 equal to new vehicle of 4. Okay, now you see the output. 2-wheeler vehicle created, 3-wheeler vehicle is created, 4-wheeler vehicle is created. So this is printed in the using the constructor in the class. Understood? So once again you can see class vehicle is there. So in this one variable is there, one constructor is there, and inside the constructor we have assigned the values we have passed as an argument. So the argument value is passed through the object from the main class, and that is assigned to the wheels. Okay, then it is printed. Understood? So this is called parameterized constructor. So in the above example we have a constructor called named vehicle. The constructor accepts a single parameter named wheels. Here while creating objects we are passing arguments to the constructor, and based on the argument it is generating the output. Okay, so next, constructor overloading in Java. So we will see it in detail afterwards. Okay, if we are going to have 2-3 constructors, so now we have studied default constructor, no argument constructor, parameterized constructor. If 3 constructors are going to use, it could be used in the same class, then it is called constructor overloading. So similar to method overloading, we can also have overload constructors in Java. If you are not familiar with the method overloading, okay, so we will see it in the next, we will see when we are studying method overloading, we will see constructor overloading also. Okay. Now just an example, for example we will see this program. Class company, string domain name. Okay, public company is one constructor. Okay, so the constructor has no parameter, so no argument constructor. So next constructor you see, public company, there is an argument string domain name, so it is a parameterized constructor. Okay, and you have other than constructor we can also define method for a class. Public void get name is a method. Okay, so 2 constructors are there. First one is a no argument constructor, and the second one is a constructor with parameters, and you have another method which is called get name. You can see the difference between a method and the constructor. So constructor does not have any return value, method has a return value void. Okay, constructor does not return any value. So the constructors are used to assign some values. Okay, so now we are calling the constructor company default objects new company. Okay, so when you are not passing any argument new company, when you are not passing any argument, the first constructor, that is no argument constructor, will be called. When you are passing argument in the second object, company programs, default program first you have given, here the object name is programs object. Okay, so here new company has programs.com, so here you are passing a value, so it is a parameterized constructor. So here the parameterized constructors are called. So using that, now you are printing the names of the constructors using the statement get name. So the output will be default programs.com. So in the above example, we have two constructor, public company and public company string domain within the brackets. Here both the constructors are initialized the variable domain name with different values. Hence, based on the value we can call the constructors from the main method. Okay. Note that we have used this keyword specify the variables of the class to know more about this keyword. Okay. We will be seeing about these keywords in the later concepts. Understood? So the main concepts today is we should know what is a constructor. Okay. So if the what are the three types of constructors and how the constructors are initialized, how the constructors are called through the objects. So these are the important concepts we have seen using